It's the first day of May, and that means that we are less than a week away from this year's Kentucky Derby. And honestly, that brings me so much joy. But before I can truly watch and enjoy the Kentucky Derby, I gotta cover the Kentucky Derby in as much detail as possible, and that includes covering every single horse in this year's Derby in the Derby Profile series. Next up, another day, another Derby Profile. Today's episode will be on Charge It. Let's go. First up, as usual, we got stats, and Charge It is one of the more lightly raced horses in this field. He's only raced 3 times with 1 victory, 2 seconds, and $230,400. That's not a lot of money. However, that's mainly because he was running in maiden company in his first 2 races. His big jump was in his lone major race, a second in the Florida Derby, which caught most people's attention and is the reason why a lot of people are choosing to bet Charge It. The way he ran the Florida Derby was a sort of stalking method where he just stayed in 5th or so and then made his move and then ducked around everywhere, but we'll get to that later. But in his first 2 starts in maiden company, he was actually very much on the lead, fighting head and head with Volcanic in his main debut and then wiring the field in his next start. So he can both go to the front or stalk, it just depends. We'll have to see what he chooses on Derby Day. But no matter which strategy he chooses, Charge It is a pretty fast horse. In his maiden victory, he managed a 103 speed figure, which is his highest overall, and although he didn't win the Florida Derby, he still managed a pretty good 98 speed figure, which in some cases is a winning one if you've seen some of the other Derby profiles. So, he's definitely still fast even in defeat. But with all that talked about, it's now time for the spicy part. The strengths and weaknesses of Charge It. For strengths, Charge It's greatest strength of all is that he's improving with every single race and has loads of potential. In the Florida Derby, for example, he handled the big jump in competition incredibly well. Although he did set up his own defeat thanks to his greenness, which we will be talking about in the weakness section, he still was only 3/4 of a length away from defeating White Abarrio, who's kind of one of the big Derby favorites at the moment. Yeah, Charge It's on his way up. Even if he doesn't do great in the Kentucky Derby, there's going to be a big race in his future. He's also versatile, being able to do great both on and off the lead, so he can just kind of do whatever he chooses. So if he does well in the Kentucky Derby, it could be done in quite a few different ways. But then we go on to the weaknesses, and his greatest weakness of all is just how green he is. As impressive as the Florida Derby was, the only reason why he didn't win was because of just how inexperienced he was. He was drifting in and out of horses and just simply couldn't run in a straight line to save his life. That kind of inexperience you don't just flip overnight. He's still going to be the same green and experienced horse in the Kentucky Derby with subtle improvements. And with how big a jump the Kentucky Derby is going to be, it's going to be a battle between Charge It's inevitable improvements and his lack of experience. The question is, which one will triumph? And as well as that, the Apollo curse doesn't exactly add much good to him, with only 2 horses not racing at age 2 and then going on to win the Kentucky Derby. So, that ain't great. But overall, I'd say Charge It is a horse beaming with potential. The question is, how is he going to use it? We'll just have to find out on Derby Day. For now, I think a lot of people seem to like him, and that might mean that he isn't really worth the odds he'll get, but we'll just see when the actual odds show up. For now, good horse, I'll give him a B+ grade. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll just see you guys next time. There ain't really many horses you can comment down and suggest to me. There's only 2 left. Man, this is getting exciting. See you guys next time.